Okay, so like you guys were already told, my name is Erin and I'm from Packet Fusion, and I'm going to be going over this training with you today on the RingCentral Desk application. So let me share my screen, make sure you guys can see it clearly. Let me share my whole screen here. Okay, can you guys see?
Yes.
Is it
And this is
kind
a
of small?
website,
Let me
not
see.
something.
I'm gonna minimize this so that's out of the way. And then say okay on this. All right, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Um, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Russ, are you in the room with everybody or on the call?
Yeah, I'm right
Okay.
up front here.
So I was just talking to Russ and letting him know that if he needs to interject or, add anything, that I have no issues with that. I would rather know and be open so that you guys are comfortable and ready to use this application when the time comes. So welcome to RingCentral. This is a new way to communicate with your team, your customers, and your coworkers. RingCentral can be used for several different things depending on the licensing that your company has purchased. So calling, messaging, video calls, meetings, voicemail, transcription, and several other things. So you can connect to this on any device. So as I understand it, you guys have a desk phone. So you'll also be using this desktop application. And then I don't know if anybody uses this on the mobile device, but this is an application that's available on the mobile device as well. For today's training, we will be covering the desktop application. We will cover all the icons. So we'll go through all the icons and what they mean on the actual application. We'll go through how to make a call, how to answer an incoming call, how to transfer calls, create a conference call, so multiple people on the line. We'll go through how to change your availability state and then how to set up your voicemail. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, and I don't know, do you guys have this application already on your desktop and then you just have to click on it, or do you have to actually go to um, the website and then save it?
Yeah, I'll
Did
be
your
sending out a link today that will point to here and people can save it where they save their links or
Perfect.
stuff like that. And I should also mention that in the interface, you may see some phone numbers that aren't our numbers because they're placeholder numbers. All of the numbers and extensions stay the same, and it happens Friday morning, and another email will go out on that. So I just want to give you a heads up. You might see things that look a little wonky, but it's all part of the deal. So,
Yeah, and this system that I'm logging into has obviously been set up for training purposes. So yeah, you might see some things that look a little bit different when you actually open your application, but it should look very similar. So you'll get that link that Russ sends out, and then you can click on it. It'll bring you to the login page. So you can enter your email and then click the next button. And then let me enter my password here. Second.
Russ, is that a separate password or is it our Gmail password?
it will be your email and it's a generic password for everyone, and she'll go in to show how to change passwords and voicemail.
I'm thinking that when you
It's easier to do it.
when you log in, it's going to prompt you to change your password, but I'll show you a few different ways that if it doesn't prompt you to change that. At the login page, you can click that forgot password, and it'll bring you to the spot where you can change your password as well. Let me click the login here. X out of that. Oh, so yeah, it'll bring you to this two-factor authentication. I have it up here already, so I think Munir, whose account this is in a call, so I'm just going to cancel that and then bring me actually to the page. So once I log in, it's going to bring me to this desktop application here. Okay, so starting here up at the left-hand corner, we see initials there. So that's going to be your initials or whatever name you have programmed in for your phone. If I click on that, okay, this is going to bring me to a place where I can view my profile. Okay, so if I click on view my profile there, it's going to show me up here. I have a star. So any profile that you're viewing of anybody within your company, you can star that and make that person one of your favorites. Okay. You can also add that person as a quick contact. So somebody that you, that you talk to all the time. That little pencil there, that's going to be a spot where you can edit. Okay. Close it out. You're going to have your name here. So this is obviously a training site. Any messages that you would want to send. You have your company name, Southern Marin Fire District. Your extension number, like Russ said, your extension should stay the same. Your primary number, so how people are going to dial you from the outside world. And then if you have an email programmed on there, you will also it'll also show your email there. So anybody within the company can click on your name and see all this information. Okay. Let me just X out of there. You can also, if you click on that profile page, so this is where you can go to change your availability state. So if I click on that drop-down menu there, I have my available. So anybody that's looking your name up, and if you're in an available state, they're going to see that you're available to take calls. You can put yourself in a do not disturb mode. A red banner will go across the top here, indicating and telling you that you're in do not disturb. If anybody calls you when you're in this mode, it's going to go straight to your voicemail. And then below that is going to say invisible. So this looks like that you're logged off and not available, but you will still be able to make and receive phone calls if you put yourself in this invisible mode. Okay, this is also where you'll be able to sign out of your account. So at the end of the day, when you're leaving and you want to sign out, you can sign out of your account there. And then if you have any status messages, like I'm on vacation from this time to this time, you can put a status message in there. And then this is also manage company account. If you click on this, this is also where you can go to, and I'm not sure if you're going to have access to this or not, but this is where if you wanted to type in your current password and create a new password, that you'll be able to go to that as well. Go ahead, Russ.
I was just saying, they're not going to go into the admin area, maybe only a handful. So we can go back to the user part.
All right. My sign-in page, sorry. Okay. All right, so basically just viewing your profile, changing your availability state. There's several ways here to get extra help if you needed help with the RingCentral app. Right here under profile, you can also go to your help button there. You'll have the help center, how to videos, and I'll show you a different way to get to this as well. If anything's new on RingCentral, if you need to call support, which I'm assuming you guys have a IT department that you would go through to if you had any issues with your application. Report an issue. or if you want to find out additional information about this application. All right. Back here at the top, so next to that profile page, you see your company name, and then you have your back button. So if I'm at a page that I don't want to be at and I want to go to the page previous, and then I just click that back button. If I hold that back button down, then it gives me some additional options here to go into any kind of settings there. The search button there next to that, so you'll be able to type in contacts that you're looking for or keywords of anything that you're looking for. So that's going to be in your search function. So I can start typing in somebody's name. And as I enter additional letters, it's going to narrow those features down for me. And then I can see somebody's name under that search feature. Okay. Over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see the dial pad. So if I wanted to pop out my dial pad, I can just click on that icon there. Here also, I can start typing in anybody's name, number, and it'll start narrowing down. So if I wanted to call Russ, I can type in RU and it's going to bring up Russ's numbers and extensions there. I can use the
Aaron,
mouse. Yes, sir.
I was just gonna add, you can use the phone like a phone. You don't have to
Yes, you
feel like
can.
you have to log in, pull this up just to make a call. You can
That's
just-
right. Yeah, so if you don't want to use this application, you just use your desk phone and it'll do all the same features as your regular phone, or sorry, on the desktop application. Okay. You can use the mouse. You can also use the keypad to dial numbers, the keypad on your computer. Okay, and then it'll show your caller ID. So if your caller ID is your specific number, your direct number, then that's going to show there. Or if it's the company number. So when you dial out, somebody might have to call in and give your specific extension before they can reach you. Then it's going to be the caller ID or the external mask number is going to be your main company number there.
So Aaron and Russ,
Yes.
for those of us who work remotely, will this whole phone system then work in our computers?
Aaron?
Yeah, so you'll just log in the way that
Great,
yeah,
Thank
and then
you.
you'll use it from your desktop at home.
great,
I can go over that with.
thank you.
Okay. All right. And so if I want to get out of that, let me look here. These little three dots, anytime you see little three dots anywhere, it's going to give you more options there. Okay. So then I can X out of that. So that's going to be up here in this top left right-hand corner as your dial pad. This plus button here is going to be a button that you can push that gives new actions. So new message, you want to create a team, start a video meeting, schedule a meeting. So several different options there if you click that little plus sign. All right. So any questions about these buttons across the top of the screen?
I don't think so.
Okay, so moving on to the left-hand side of the screen. So you see several different options here. Okay, this is called our taskbar. At the top, we have messages, video, phone, text, fax, contacts, webinar. We have our more button, applications, the setup, and then settings down here, and then our help button. This help button down here at the bottom, if you click on that, it's going to give you several different how-to videos on what you can do with this RingCentral. So if I want to make a call, I can click on that. It'll give me a minute 36 little blurb about how to make a call or answer a call. And as you scroll down, you can see that there's several little short videos, forwarding your calls, screening your calls, etc., that you can click on and you can learn about this RingCentral application. So let's start up here, back up here. I'm going to click this messages button. Okay, so if you want to send a message to a coworker or coworkers, you can click on the messages. And then you see it says here, start chatting. So you can invite your teammates to chat, meet, and all you need is their email address. So you can either invite by email or invite by a shared link. Okay, so if I click on this invite by email, it's just going to pop up this little box here, and it's going to allow me to enter up to 20 email addresses. You would separate them by comma or semi-comma, and then you can invite them to have a chat with you. Okay. Or if you want to share by inviting with a link, the link is usually copied to your clipboard, and then there's the link, and you can share this link via email. So that's under your messages tab.
That would be for internal people, correct?
That's correct. Okay, below that is you're going to see video. Okay, so if you want to do a video meeting, kind of like a Zoom or a Teams meeting or something like that, then you click on that video. It'll say, do you want to start a video? Do you want to schedule a video? Do you want to join a meeting that's already created or have a personal meeting? You can also sync your calendar. So you can, if you sync maybe your Outlook calendar or whatever calendar, Google Calendar, whatever calendar you guys use, then it'll show that within your calendar so that you know what you have coming for upcoming meetings or past meetings. If any of the meetings are recorded, then those would show up under your recordings tab. Okay. So if I click start a meeting, okay, it's going to bring us to the same thing that's, that's similar to this. It's going to talk about your audio, and then you're going to have all those same options that you see, that you generally see in a meeting there. So sharing your screen, inviting other people, your participants, chat, reactions, and then you can leave that meeting. Okay, so let me leave that meeting. If I want to schedule a meeting, okay, I can just click the schedule. I can give the meeting title, date, time, how long that meeting is, scheduling using whatever calendar, whether you want to require them to have a password to enter or anything like that. And then you can click schedule there. Okay, or joining a meeting. So if you were invited to a meeting and you just want to join a meeting there, then you would just enter that meeting ID link or any information you have on that, and then you can click that join there.
Hey, Russ, on the schedule one, is there a way for that to interact with the Google Calendar for the conference room?
Just put a note down there.
Okay.
We also use Zoom quite a bit here. You can still begin. It's like you can do the Zoom thing, or if you're in here, do the Ring type of thing. So there's another option.
Right.
Yes. Okay, below that is our phone icon. So if I just hover on that a little bit, you see it brings up a few options here: dial pad, calls, voicemail, recordings, HUD, which is your head up display, okay, which I will go through. So if I click on phone there, I can see calls that I've taken, when those calls happen. If I hover on any of those calls, it gives me a little icon here where I can call that person, or I can add that person to my contacts, or my more options here is going to give me, if I want to copy the number or delete it or block and report this number. So under those more options, it gives me additional information. Okay. I can view all my calls, or I could just view my missed calls. Okay. The first icon here is going to be your dial pad. So the same thing that I showed you earlier. You can use your mouse to click these numbers. You can also start typing a name, or you can use your keypad to dial a number. Next to that, I have my my calls, which we just went over. And like I said, if you click on any of these, so if I click on this, Munir's name, I can see his number. I can see the information about any calls that I have taken with him. Okay. And then next to that, I have, if I wanted to phone him, I would just click that icon there, or I can add that contact. We're not using the fax on this RingCentral application right now, but, or I can block and report this number, or I can just delete this call from my my calls panel if I want. Next to that is your voicemail. So I'm going to go over in a little bit how to set your voicemail up, but any voicemails that you have are going to show up under this voicemail tab. So I called yesterday and left myself a message. If I click on that, it's going to bring up who I got that voicemail from, the number that is my number. I can play that message from here. I can use the icon here and then just play certain part of the message. I will also get a transcript of that voicemail and who that voicemail was to, and then I can delete that voicemail from there. Okay, next to that is any recordings. So if I have any call recordings that, or any calls that I've recorded, then those would show up under the recordings tabs there. And then that HUD. So the HUD stands for head up display. And this is, you can add your coworkers, you can add extensions to your HUD. And this is going to tell you the status of everybody within, within your company that you're working with. So whether they're available, whether they're in do not disturb, if they've set a certain message about what they're doing that day, then that will all be in that HUD area. So you'll see the information here. Okay. If I want to pop out that HUD, let's say that I want to pop it out here. It'll just pop it out and you can keep it on the side or something like that. So if there's several extensions or people that you call often, then you can pop that out there. Okay. And then you would just click on this little more button here in the top corner, and then you can reattach it. So it'll take it back away. All right, so that's all under your phone settings there. Okay. Let's see here. Below that is going to be your text option, which you guys are not using at this time. So you do have the messages option there, but the text you won't be using. And then the same with fax. You won't be using the fax option at this time as well. Under that is your contacts. So if we go down here and we click on the contacts tab, here we can see everybody, all people. You can connect your contacts with Microsoft or Google or whatever application, additional application that you use. You can see just people from your company. Okay, you also have a search bar here, so you can start typing in somebody's name. Underneath that, you have, if I wanted to see information on Adam, I can just click on Adam, and then it's going to give me all the information. So extension, phone number, email, company. And if I want to add Adam to a quick contact list, if I want to message him or start a video call or just call Adam, those are all going to be when you click on that person's name. Any guests that I add to the system, then you're going to see under that, or a personal contact list that you've set up will be under your personal. If you click on this little more button here, you can create a new contact. You can invite guests by email or share invite link, or you can create a team. So if there's a group of people that you want to put in a contact together, that's where you can go ahead and do that. Okay. Any questions about anything we've gone over so far? Okay, below that is going to be the webinar. You guys are not using that webinar option at this time. Below that, you're going to have your more option. So if there's anything that you put in the more area, then you're going to see that there. You're not going to have to worry about the apps. I mean, if you click on the app page, it's just going to bring you to a spot where you can access Google or access Microsoft or any of these apps that are stored on there. Okay, and then below that is going to be your settings. So don't worry about startup or company settings. We went over the help. Remember, you can click on that and you can have several different how-to videos. If you want to see all the videos, if you just want to see videos about messages or just phone, text, just your video. So whatever you click on here, it's going to bring up information about just those specific things that you can click on and watch. Okay. Above that is going to be your settings button. Okay, so for settings, you will use a few things here. You're not going to have too many options that you're going to want to use here. But we can go to, let's see here. I'm not going to use that. Company calls, my calls. Let's go back here. Give me a second. Oh, I don't want, sorry, I'm in setup. I don't want to be in setup. I want to be in settings. Okay. Yeah, not the setup, the settings here. All right. So here you can go to let's see here, under your phone. Okay. Under your phone settings here. And then you can scroll down all the way to your voicemail settings. Okay. So here is where you can go. So you go to the settings button, you click on the phone icon there, and then you can go to voicemail greeting. So you can set the greeting that people will hear when they call voicemail. So you would just click that little button there. You can record a greeting, and then you can play it to listen to it. And then you can save that message. So whatever you want to do, create a custom meeting, or the default, I don't know if anything is specifically set up, might be like a sorry, and you can record your name is unavailable. But if you want to create a specific custom greeting, then this is where you can go to do that. Okay. Keep me. You can also, this is where you can go to set up your voicemail pin. So if you want to update the pin, use to access your voicemail, then you can go to this set up voicemail pin. Okay, you can enter your new pin and then re-enter the new pin, and then you just click the save button there. A shared voicemail, so you can select coworkers who will receive voicemail notifications and be able to check your voicemail messages if you get one. Maybe you're going on vacation or something like that, and you want to set this up so somebody has access to your voicemail while you're gone. You can do that. And then enable transcription of the voicemail messages that appear in your voicemail box and in this email notification. So you can turn that off or you can turn that on. And we saw that when we checked that voicemail that there was transcription under that. So you can do that. And I believe you get an email as well. So if you get a voicemail message, then it'll send you an email indicating that you have a voicemail message, and then it'll actually transcribe that for you.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So currently with Mitel, we can, on the voicemails, we can set it up so that it'll automatically send an email when the voicemail is left, and it'll send the actual voicemail as a WAV file. Does that have Does RingCentral have that?
I
capability?
haven't tested it, but I think it does. I think it sends it as a WAV file that you can click on it and listen to it from your email, and also it transcribes it for you. We'll have to ask our engineer that, so we can put that on our list, Russ, to make sure that that's going to happen. So WAV file or email. All right. So that's where you will go to set up your voicemail greeting, set up your PIN, anything like that. Okay. All right. And then under, let's see, under here, under customizing tabs, you click on that. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to be using the webinar, or we're not going to be using the fax. So you can go here to customize tabs, and you can actually move those tabs around. So if I wanted to move this fax tab down into the more option or something like that, it just takes it off my screen here, so I don't have to see it, and then it'll be under my more option. Or what was the other? Webinar. We're not really using webinar, so I can just move that down as well. And then it takes it off my actual screen on my taskbar on the side there, and then puts it in my my more box there. So in case I need to use that in the future. So just a short little, you know, if you want to move things around in here, so you just have, if I just want to, if I only use my phone more than messaging, I can move the phone tab up to the top. And then that's always going to be at the top for me, and then messages underneath that. Okay. So I think that's all that you guys would be using under the settings. Do you have anything else to add for that, Russ? Or
Aaron, you went over changing the voicemail pin. Can you go back up to your initials and show where to do the account password? Change the password for you to log in, or is it better to do the forgot password?
So I called Munir to find out if there's a way to do that. I'm not sure if that's because it shows that it's done here under manage company account, but I believe that's only for admin. So if I want to ask Munir that question, if there's a way to do it without hitting the forgot your password in order to change it.
Yeah, but that works too, though. So
Go ahead.
I said if that also works, doing the.
Yeah, it does work. It does work. So you can, when you log in, just put forgot your password, and then it'll allow you to change it from there. Because the other way to do it is manage company account, which I believe is only for admin. So I will check with Munir just to double check to make sure if there's an additional way, and then we can get that correspondence out to you today. So.
Great.
So change PIN at login. Yeah, I tried to call him after I talked to you, and he's in a meeting, so he couldn't get back to me. All right, so any questions about the taskbar or settings or getting to the help videos or anything like that? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and Russ, do you have your cell phone with you?
I do.
Okay, can I use you to make some calls so I can show what it looks like to make calls here, and then have you call me as well, so it looks like, so they can see what an incoming call looks like?
Sure.
Okay, so let me give you my number. I'm gonna have you call me first. So it's gonna be 415 623 5125. Okay, so you see here at the top, I have a wireless call coming. I can send straight to voicemail, or I can answer from there. I can also ignore. I have more options there where I could forward or reply, send a voicemail, or answer here. So you might want to mute yourself on your end.
Most people just do the ignore option.
No, I don't believe that. Okay, so we have, this is what it's going to look like on your application if you get an incoming call. All right. So I show that I have a wireless caller calling in, the number, who that call was made to, me. I have mute and unmute here. I have dial pad. I also have audio. So if I wanted to switch this to a headset or something like that, I have a add button here. So if I wanted to add another participant to the call, I can put the call on hold. So if I press that hold button there, then you have the unhold. So I could just click that unhold to get that caller back. I can transfer that call. So if I want to transfer that call to somebody else, record. Are you guys using this function, Russ, or is this something that's going to be disabled for
I think that's new. I don't know if Mitel. Most people
company
do.
to where you can record the conversation when you're
There
on it?
wasn't a similar Mitel interface to this, and maybe a third of the people have it.
Okay.
So I think
If
it's functional.
if I wanted to change this into a video call, I can click that and then park a call. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the park function. Do you guys ever park calls?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I was in an open area, I got a call and I wanted to go to an office and close the door. All right, instead of transferring that call, I can just press the park button. And at the top here, it's going to give me a number where that call is parked. From there, I can walk to, that other location, pick up the RingCentral desk phone, dial that extension, and then be connected to that person automatically. Okay. So that's the park feature there. And then below that, I have more options. So there is a flip here. It looks like it's disabled on your end and my end. That would just be if I'm on my desk phone and I want to switch it to my cell, or switch it to the desktop app, or switch it from desktop app to the desk phone. That would be the flip option, and then I can end the call there as well. But this red button there is going to end the call. So let me go ahead and show you the transfer option. I'm going to transfer, Russ, I'm going to transfer you to my cell phone here. So I'm going to hit that transfer button. I'm going to type in my number. Okay. And then I can either ask first, so do a consult transfer, meaning as soon as I hit that ask first, it's going to say the other person, it's going to initially put caller 1 on hold. It's going to allow me to call caller 2 and say, hey, I have a call for you. Can you take it? If they say yes, then you'll be able to hit another button to connect, to disconnect you and send that call to somebody else. Or I can just hit the transfer button. It'll be like a blind transfer. So it'll just send the call straight through without even notifying the person that that call's coming from them. So let me go ahead and hit that transfer button there. And then it just says the call has been transferred. Okay, and now it's ringing on my cell phone. All right, so that's your transfer button. Let me have you, if you don't mind, Russ, can I have you call me back? I can give you the number again if you didn't write down.
Can I ask a question on the transfer feature?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I missed it, sorry if I did, but
Yep.
we get a lot of that mostly with voicemails that have gone to the wrong person.
Okay.
Can you go over that feature?
So if a
pointed out-
call is transferred to
So-
somebody's voicemail?
No, we have a voicemail there. Where's the option to transfer voicemail to another?
Forward it to someone?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, transfer directly to somebody's voicemail.
Yeah, one voicemail to another, right? We get a voicemail, we're listening to it, it's for the wrong person. Can we transfer that voicemail to another individual's desk line?
Hmm.
Well, you're actually forwarding.
Forward.
Forward, sorry,
Yeah.
forward, I didn't mean transfer.
We can
Apologize.
finish this part first.
Yeah, I get,
Way to go, Jason.
yep.
Come up.
You're complicated, really complicated. Smooth.
So that's probably, I would imagine that would be if you are connected to somebody's voicemail and you wanted to send that call to somebody else's voicemail.
So if you click on your voicemail tab at the top. Close this.
Yes.
Close this screen.
Let me see. Oh, here you mean?
Yeah. So if you had a voicemail in here and you wanted to send this call to another employee.
I see what you're saying. Let me see
I think
here.
it's the more share. It's the share. And more, go back to more. No, the
Add
three
a
dots,
contact, fax, block, phone.
the dots over at the right. At the end of the play.
Oh, I'm sorry, here.
Well, over here too. but-
Option, yeah.
And you could share.
Yeah, share via message or share via message or share via email.
I mean, it's a pretty standard question, so I don't know why. To figure.
Yeah, so you already got a message, so you already got a voicemail, it's sitting in your voicemail box and you want to share that to somebody else.
Remedial.
I mean,
So it looks like it would send that voice message via their email or, via message or via email, and then they could click on it from their email or from their messages and listen to the message from there. So, yeah.
I hung up the call during your other example. Do you want me to call you back?
Let me see, share via email. Okay, so you can type in the person's name. Let's say I wanted to type in Russ, and then I can click sharing your voicemail. Please wait. So yeah, it would show up like a message, and then it would send that voicemail from me to Russ's messages. So that's one way to do it.
Okay.
Or you can send it via email. So I could share via email, and then it would do the same thing. It would send that WAV file to Russ's email. Okay, perfect. Sorry, did we hang up, Russ?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Hold over here. I think.
Oh, sorry, do you need the number?
Maybe if there's any questions or anything, I think.
We're gonna go, I want to show you
Basically-
guys the conference
Yeah.
button. So if Russ can call me back, then I can show you how to add a caller to,
Sure.
so 415-623-5125. Okay. So also, and then you have that button there that if you want to send that person directly to your voicemail. Okay, so if I'm on the phone with Russ here and I want to add another participant to the call, so I wanted to create a three-way call, I can just click that add button there, and then I'm going to type in, sorry, I know it's echoey with having Russ on that call, my number. So I'm going to click the dial button there. Okay, and so then if I answer here, then we show that up at the top here, we can either swap the calls, we can merge the calls, or so if I click that merge button there, then calls merged, and we're all three on the conference, and it'll say conference call here, and it'll show how many people are on that conference call.
Great.
Okay, so that's the add button there. Okay, any other call functions that you guys do on your regular desk phone that you would want to see on here besides putting a call on hold, transferring a call, or creating a conference call?
No, I have some questions that regarding caller ID, AirPods, iPhone, stuff like that, but maybe that's too technical.
So the caller ID will be the same as it currently is. And everyone has the main number as their caller ID. If you have the app and you set it up for that way, you should be able to pair your AirPod or iPad or whatever you just set to your phone. And what was the other one?
So if your iPhone, like right now, my iPhone is connected to my desk phone, so when my iPhone rings, I can answer it on the desk phone. I don't know.
Can you? I'm
Still
not sure if this is
Tricky that way.
yeah, it's pretty cool though.
The, scan, if he gets
I
it.
know.
That's what Perry knows is gonna say. Okay.
Exactly.
No, because that way I can
Right.
use the features on the phone.
You have to have the app on the phone, so if someone calls the cell phone, the desk phone will ring if that's on.
Gotcha, okay.
The desk phone pairing.
Awesome,
Wow.
We have a bunch of
It's in the
videos.
beta
that
test,
explain
though.
how to do
okay.
The advanced things.
Even I can figure all that.
So that's under phone. You went to settings and then phone.
Yep,
Okay.
settings and then phone, and then it says here desk phone pairing.
And as far as like your all your contacts, will it sync your iPhone contacts to your desk phone?
You can sync them, so it'll ask
Okay.
you, there's ways to sync them if that's what you want to do. And then under your up here under your phone, so we had the options to
Cool.
under calls. So you can see where is it? Maybe it's under contacts. So you can see all your contacts, just your company contacts, any guests, so anybody that's not in your company that you have added, you can just click on these little plus arrow there. You can create a new contact, invite guests, create a team. So and then if you click on somebody's name, you'll have the quick add as well. So add this to my quick contact list.
All right, awesome,
Um,
thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now, Russ, if this is gonna sync then with our iPhones, so any contacts that, let's say new employees that maybe I haven't put in here, it'll automatically add them all, right?
Did you get that question?
I don't know if it's automatic that it would add so if you get if you can add somebody to the quick contacts, and then there's ways to sync. So if you're like trying to sync your Outlook calendar or your Google, anything like that, then you can sync it that way. But if you get a call or you want to add a new employee name, then you can add them to your contacts.
I would be adding the person, yeah.
Okay. And
Or
then
if
it
they
would
called
sync.
you, like if they called you and their number is sitting in your all calls list, then you can add them. You can do, if you click on that number or something, let's say if this was just a random number or something, then you can add them to your contacts.
Okay, thank you, Erin.
You're welcome.
I have a question. I'm seeing that the email is at smfd.orgx. Is that just an
We're not
encryption way?
No, we're just not live yet.
Oh, okay.
So Friday morning, poof, everything, the numbers get correct and that goes away.
Okay.
Question for us probably, are we still including on the desk hard phones dialing 9 to dial out, .91, whatever?
We have the 10-digit dialing, right?
Yes.
So there is no, if I dial 707, I can just dial 707, or do I dial 1?
Or 9.
I just dialed when I called,
To get outside.
let me see here,
9 gets us outside of
the dial pad here. So
So
let
the
me
current-
call you, Russ, from
Yeah, so our current phones, we have to dial 9 for an outside line. and then dial the number? Is that the same with
668.
Ring, or is it just the 10 digit?
Well, I can dial, let me see if I can get you right now.
No,
see how they
no,
said that.
you're no longer gonna need to dial 9.
Yeah, so I can
It's
just
the
dial you.
straight- The straight 10-digit number.
Pay attention.
Right, and that's the
I heard
same
that.
from the phone, not
There's no
desk.
math quiz that was,
Was it
that
that?
you're able to do.
Yes,
New
on-
phones.
yes, on the hard, actual phone.
Currently, keep using it till Friday morning. How you've been doing?
Lorraine, sorry, I know you were in a meeting and I see that you're available. Do you have anything to add that they might want to know for?
We have a-
No, I think you covered a lot of it, but
Okay.
yeah, just to confirm, no more dialing 9 to dial out.
Okay.
As of Friday, not today or tomorrow.
Really? Thank you for clarifying.
Well,
We have another question. Okay.
yeah.
So, when we need to change the voicemail for vacation,
It's all set.
okay, and I can do it by the regular phone? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can still do everything from your regular phone, how you normally did it before, or, if you want to get into the voicemail system, or you can go to your settings here and go to your actual voicemail settings here. And if you wanted to create a new greeting, say, I'm going on vacation from this day to this day, then you can record that
Either from
Yeah,
the.
on your
So-
voicemail greeting there.
She was talking about if there's a holiday, she's the admin aide that the calls come into. I've
Mhm.
already created the holiday schedule, so the current phone tree we have has been migrated to Ring, and it would play when there's a holiday.
So that should be, Russ,
You
that's set
guys
up on the
have your
back
own
end, right? That should be,
Happy 4th of July, blah, blah, blah.
that should stay the same, correct, Russ?
Pardon me?
That will stay the same as far as like your holidays and that kind of thing.
Right, but I think I set it for like midnight to the entire day there's a holiday. So it covers the fact that there's a holiday. No one's gonna need to go into the mainline voicemail and set that up for each holiday, because it's already done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Anything else you want to add for your team, Russ?
No, I'm good. I just wanna
Okay.
make sure there's.
So we'll get those 2 questions answered. So I think it was the changing the PIN before when you log in. So we need to know if we can change that PIN somewhere else by otherwise just clicking forget password. And then the WAV file when it's sent to your email, if it shows up as a WAV file
Yeah.
and a transcription. So Lorraine, those were 2 questions we need to ask Munir. And so we can get that information back to Russ.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.